Some games become famous for their quality, and some games become famous for everything around them, and Yandere Simulator is the perfect example of the latter. It's a game that's been in development for over 10 years, doesn't have a final version, and yet is still incredibly well known. How is that possible? Some might say it's because of the creator's effort, Yandere Dev, but the reality is that there were many external factors that helped it go viral, from the YouTube algorithm to the community, and from controversy to memes. Today we're going to analyze how a game that never officially released managed to become so famous. Because the story of Yandere Simulator isn't just the story of a video game, it's the story of how the internet can make anything go viral. One of the basic rules of the internet is simple: if something's strange, it grabs attention. And Yandere Simulator had a concept weird enough to catch eyes. Think about it, a simulator where you play as a psycho anime girl who kills anyone who gets close to her crush. It's like mixing Hitman with a romance anime, but with a lot more blood. The concept is explained in seconds, and that's key. Games like Goat Simulator or Untitled Goose Game went viral because the idea behind them was simple, absurd, and easy to sell. And the same thing happened with Yandere Simulator. Moreover, these types of games encourage experimentation. Players didn't just want to win, they wanted to discover creative and absurd ways to eliminate rivals. Setting them on fire, electrocuting them, making them commit suicide. Yes, it sounds twisted, but let's face it, people love this kind of craziness in games. In summary, the concept of Yandere Simulator wasn't just eye-catching, it also gave players the freedom to do whatever they wanted. And when you give players the internet and freedom, chaotic things happen. But if YouTube made Yandere Simulator popular, it was the community that kept it alive. Fans didn't just play the demo, they also created their own content. Mods with new characters, animations, even theories about the story, ideas for rivals, even fan art, imagining what the game would look like if it were properly optimized. And of course, let's not forget the memes. Yandere Simulator had ridiculous bugs, glitches, and absurd situations that led to hours of funny clips. If a character got stuck, if the frame rate dropped to 5 FPS, or if something completely broken happened, the internet turned it into a joke. This isn't new. Games like Skyrim and GTA 5 have survived for years, thanks to their modding communities and the funny moments they generate. The same happened with Yandere Simulator. Even though the game itself wasn't progressing much, the community kept it alive with their creativity. The problem is that the same community that initially supported it slowly began to turn against it, but we'll get into that in the next part. If there's one thing that keeps a game on everyone's lips, aside from content and memes, it's drama. And Yandere Simulator had more drama than an anime soap opera. At first, the Yandere dev had a supportive community, but over time, the fans' patience began to wear thin. The reason? The development was moving at a snail's pace. Followers expected the game to improve over time, but instead, updates seemed to focus on unnecessary details instead of real progress. Meanwhile, the game's code became a joke, with optimization problems making it almost unplayable. And this is where controversy comes in. Yandere Dev wasn't just slow in progressing, his attitude towards the community became increasingly problematic. He blocked criticism, insulted people trying to help, and in general, earned a reputation for being a difficult developer to work with. All of this led to the creation of Love Letter, a fan-made remake that promised to fix everything Yandere Simulator did wrong. But instead of seizing the opportunity to improve his own game, Yandere Dev focused on tearing down the project with legal threats. Ironically, instead of silencing the controversy, this only made more people interested in the drama. The story of Yandere Simulator stopped being about a game and became an internet spectacle. People no longer followed the project for the game itself, but to see what new controversy would blow up next. And the most curious thing is that this isn't an isolated case. Games like No Man's Sky and Cyberpunk 2077 also suffered from poor communication and broken promises. The difference is that these games managed to redeem themselves over time. Yandere Simulator remains in limbo. And here comes the big question: how did all of this affect the game's success? In a world where social media and YouTube have so much power, a game doesn't always need to be finished or well developed to be successful. Yandere Simulator is proof of that. Could this phenomenon be replicated today? Probably not. The internet has changed a lot since Yandere Simulator went viral. Today fans are more demanding, promises aren't as easily fulfilled, and developers know that expectations are higher. But that doesn't mean viral games have disappeared. Games like Among Us or Lethal Company became famous with simple mechanics, but they did so in a different era, where the surprise factor isn't as effective as it once was. What Yandere Simulator teaches us is something fundamental. The internet can create a community around anything, even if the product quality is questionable. Memes, theories, mods, and of course drama are key to keeping a game relevant, even when it doesn't have a final version. It's a reminder that content isn't always king, but how content connects with people is. And if there's one thing Yandere Simulator has proven, it's that with enough community support and the right amount of drama, even the most imperfect game can go viral. Now the question is this the path we want for future video games? Or should we focus on well-finished games that are playable from day one? Leave your thoughts in the comments.